Hello, welcome. My name is Kristen Ekanem, and I am somebody that work with Christian ladies going through divorce, separation, and single motherhood. So today, if you see me look down, I'm just looking at things I've jotted. I am looking at 10 things they never told you about single motherhood. And one of the reasons why I made this video is to let you know that it is okay for you to feel the way you're feeling. It is not just peculiar to you. And so many other single ladies, especially Christian single mothers, and single mothers generally get to experience these things that I'm going to share with you. And I'm also going to highlight how you can deal with them. So the first thing nobody told you about single motherhood is the emotional roller coaster. Like one minute you're here, the other minute you're feeling okay, the other minute you're proud, the other minute you're sad, the other minute you're crying, the other minute you're celebrating. Of course, it's a whole lot of emotional roller coaster. You're up and down and different things at the same time. So single motherhood is a whole lot, and I would say, which is true, God created parenting, that parenting should be done by two persons, two healthy whole persons. And of course, life issues, the devil, personalities have made it the way it is, that you're either the only person training your children now. So of course, it's a lot, is draining, because you get to be both the masculine and the feminine person at the same time. And sometimes you get to discipline your children, and at the same time you feel bad that you even went extreme, or you beat them too much, or you discipline them too much, or you punish them too much, and you're like, where is the balance? You have to be the head, you have to do this, and you also have to be feminine, you still have to be the mother. So I want to let you know that it's normal. So many mothers go through what you're going through. And recently I spoke to a single mother that said that she felt so bad when she had beaten her son overboard, and she felt so terrible. I asked her, did you go back to say you're sorry? She said she didn't know how to. So of course, so for me, one of the ways I put a balance in that is I have a rule for myself. I don't spank my children when I am emotionally drained, frustrated, angry, or bitter, whether I'm angry at them or at something. So I don't, in order to have balance, to ensure that if I'm disciplining them, I'm disciplining the action, what they did, not that I'm transferring whatever emotional issues I'm going through on the children. Because I've seen women that beat their children so much that by the time they find out, they have injured the children, mind, body, and soul, both with your words and with the rod. So that's one of the solution I have about that. So number two is the financial strain. Oh my God, people don't realize how financially draining single motherhood is. It's more like you're paying rent, you're paying child school fees, you're paying feeding, clothing. If they are sick, it is you, and all that. And there's something that there's a slogan that comes where I come from. It says do you know, I can't even remember how it said in my language, but what it means is you're the one that falls down and you're the one petting yourself. So it's a whole lot. I remembered in 2023 I called a friend and I was just crying on the phone, and I was crying, and she was, for a long time I was wailing and she had to tell me to breathe in and breathe, and I'm like, what happened? She was so scared, as if something really has happened. And I told her, I'm tired of paying bills. I was paying my children's school fees, I was doing everything. And again, it's such a dynamic situation to be, because some single parents, you get support from the father or the other spouse, or some you don't even get support. You literally have to pull them through to pay those bills. And of course, it can be draining financially. It's more like you're working at, you're making the money, and at the end of the month, you're not seeing the money. The money in your account is not the same with what you're worth. Your revenue is showing you've made millions of dollars or naira or pounds or whatever your currency is, and you're looking at your balance, you're just seeing 2,000 naira, $2,000, 2,000 rand, 2,000 pounds, 2,000 shillings. I totally understand, because you're carrying a lot of burden that is supposed to be shared between two persons, or something that is supposed to be for the father and all that. And most times, single mother would have been in a place where you're back and forth making calls, calling him, and all that. So what's my solution to that? One of the solution I have is, of course, look for how to expand your business. If you don't have a business, try to make a business. Look for how to make more money in your careers. Look at multiple streams of income. And why I say that is because in one of the posts I made about things you don't have control over, is that you don't have control over somebody else's actions, thoughts, and what they decide to do, but you have control over yourself, over your finances, and over the things, impact you can make in your life and in the life of your children. So why don't we put our energy and focus into that? And the truth is, you would say you take the person to the court, to take him to court, you take him to legally, you drag and all that. It's just going to stress you, because you'll be stressed, you're going through court, you're paying lawyers, you're emotionally stressed, financially stressed also. And that energy can be channeled into creating wealth that will be enough, be able to take care of you and your children. And I'm not saying this to excuse irresponsible fathers. I'm not saying this to excuse irresponsible parents. I am saying this because, like I said, there are little to nothing you can do. Even if you go to court and court orders them to pay child support, what if they pay 1 or 2 months and they stop paying? What do? You go back to court, you go back to that? No. And again, there is something else I want to say, and it's not something that should be taken out of context, but it's something that really helped me. I told myself one day that, what if this person died? Won't your children, won't they have gone to school? What if this person died? We have people that have lost their husbands when they were the child was 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and they have been able to take care of their children. I'm not saying this to say we are praying for them to die, but I'm saying when you have this mindset, it will help you to be able to, so of course, forge ahead and make better impact in your life, take care of your finances and all that. So number 3 thing is, the support systems aren't always what you expected. Yes, when you go through the single motherhood phase, and of course as a divorced lady too, or you're just a single mother, one of the things is that you have people you expected to support you, people that have seen your turmoil, people that have seen what you went through. The truth is, those people sometimes are not the ones that are going to support you. God just bring people that will feed you. Remember, I've had my Raven experience a lot. I share about my Raven experience, and that's where God had brought people I didn't know were the ones to help take care of my bills to the point I could stand on my feet. You understand? So it's important that you understand that God is the one that brings the right people to you. So, and I'm not saying this to say don't look for support systems. Support systems are so important. I have very few support systems, but I don't know what I would have done without them. And of course, I'm here telling you I can be your support system. Number 4 is personal identity. Of course, the major pathway to single motherhood that is rarely discussed is how it impacts your sense of self. It is easy to lose yourself in the role of mommy. And I have to address this thing. Is the fact that people like, I'm all over my children. I'm not saying don't be all over your children. Your children are so important. They're a blessing. They are legacies and all that. But it is important that you don't get lost in your mommy role. I'm a mommy, I'm a mother, I'm a mommy, I'm a mother, and everything is for children. And one of the things I've seen this breed over time is it has breed regrets in future. So this is one of the reasons why mothers feel so entitled that their children must train them because of what I did for you. I did this, I gave up this for you, I gave up. I am of the opinion is give up minimal for anybody, whether husband, children, whoever the person is. Don't give something that will make you live in permanent regret if that person doesn't reciprocate the level of sacrifice you had impacted in the life of them. I give my children sacrificially, and I also give to myself sacrificially. I've seen mothers that said, I'm not going for my master's, I'm not going back to school, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And why? Because of your children? No, it's not wise. So while I'm saying as much as you want to be a good mother, which is what I focus on also, try to also be you. Don't get lost in the mommy thing. And that's why some women, they are so lost that when their children now step out of the house, they don't know what to do with themselves, because all through their life they have been mommy. If you're sending them to school, send yourself to school if you want to go to school. If you're teaching, if you're sowing into their personal development, sow into your personal development as well. If they are eating meat, if there's one piece of meat in the house, share it amongst all of you, including yourself. you will have to take care of you. I'll always say that in order to be in the right mind to take care of them. Recently, I was with a friend, and she was talking about my children, and I look at her, because she's not in Nigeria, and I look at her and I said, I said, Hilda, I'm going to call you, and I know you're going to watch this sometime. I said, Hilda, look at me, take care of me, I will take care of them, and it's so true, because we get lost in being mother. We are sacrificing this, you're not buying hair for yourself, you're so tattered. Why? Children, they should be balanced, where you're investing in yourself, in your personal development, in your health, as much as you're investing in them. My children are going to school, me, I'm going to school. You understand? Because I want to be in school. But if I don't want to be in school, if I'm putting them in school, I will be investing in my personal development as well, right? Now, number 5 is parenting decisions are yours alone to take. Oh my God. And this can be both ways, because imagine when you also have a spouse or an ex-spouse or the father of your children that is irresponsible, a narcissist, and wants to start making decisions. It is one of the things you should know as single mothers, that it is something that makes you masculine as much as it makes you feminine, because you have to make I've had to make tough decisions for my children. I've had to make tough decisions for my children that I never thought I would be able to make, for me. Then number 6 is time management is a constant struggle, because you're a mother, you're a father, not like you're a father, but of course, I always tell people that don't tell me you're the father and mother of the house. I'm a single mother. I'm not the father and mother. Try to maintain your motherhood in it. But what I'm saying is, you're everything. You're everywhere, struggling to do a business, struggling to be fit, struggling to look fresh, struggling to also serve God and create personal time for you and your Lord. Oh my God, it is a whole lot. And of course, it may be like you don't have time to do anything. It is important that you create time for your relationship with God, create time for yourself in all these, whether it's midnight, whenever it is. Take out time to do the things that will help you, your spiritual journey, your development, and yourself. It is so important. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is number 6, the quiet judgment. One thing people didn't tell you about single motherhood is you're going to be judged a lot. You're going to be judged as promiscuous. You're going to be judged as unsubmissive. You're going to be judged as if you're the person that made the marriage had issues. People are not going to be willing to hear from you. And even when they are hearing from you, their minds are already made up about who they think you are. So there's so much judgment, and sometimes even towards the side of the children too. People are judging your children in the lens that they are from single parents home. They're supposed to be naughty, irresponsible, stubborn, disobedient, and all that. So of course, single motherhood comes with a lot of judgment, and I will always tell you that you're defined by the word of God. You're not defined by societal opinions and what people think about you. So at every stage in your life, you have to brace up and get to do the things you want to do. Now, one other thing that they did not tell you about single motherhood is the rewarding moments. There are times, I don't know if it has happened to you, I know it's must, where you feel you stick out so much, and you feel so proud of yourself. You are like, oh my God, Kusen, you did this. You feel so proud of yourself. So of course, there's that part of single motherhood with the rewarding moments, where you're seeing your rewards, when you're seeing your proofs. And let me send this message to tell you, Sissy, I see you, thumbs up, well done, you're amazing. Do you know what it means to be a single mother? Training somebody, something that was supposed to be for 2 persons, you're shouldering it alone. Thumbs up to you. You're doing a great job. You're doing a very fantastic job. I'm so proud of you. You may still need to you may still be in work in progress. You still need to make some adjustments, but you are doing it, girl. And of course, remember, if you need help, always reach out. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to talk about is resilience and strength you never knew you had. Oh my God, this part is so important, because for me, let me tell you about 2 instances I didn't expect I had such level of strength. When, of course, when my marriage had issues, I went to where the place I was staying, it was such a very bad environment, not like bad in terms of bad, but it was a bushy place, and that's where I could afford. It was downtown, out of town completely. It was in a rural setting, and that's where I could afford the rent, you understand, for I and my children at that stage in my life. And this particular day, I was there packaging my soap, and my children come in and said there's snake in the house. They saw snake. I have never killed a snake in my entire life. I have never confronted deadly animals in my entire life. And I went, not to bore you with the whole story, and I went, you know how in 2 seconds there is a lot of discussions, but like a long discussion, but when you check in real life, it's just like 2 or 3 seconds. I look at the snake looks at me. By this time I've told my children, of course, get him. I look at the snake looks at me, I look at it again, and the next thing, this all manner of conversation was going on in my mind. I was like, cousin, if you don't kill it and you run, it will run after you, and it will get into the house. Now if it gets into the house, that's the worst, because it will hide. You won't even know where it is. You can't trace it. Okay, but right now is, oh my God, Aisha had to pursue the snake. I had to deal with that snake. First of all, I didn't kill that particular snake. We had another snake we didn't even know who killed, because it was such a bushy place. And the snake, after a while, was up the roof of the house. And this particular day, my cousin was washing plates, and this snake comes out, looks at us, greets us, brings out egg from his mouth, spits it out, greets us again, and goes in. Oh, you could imagine. I can't pack out of that house. We are paid for the rent for a whole year. Where will I go to? Where will I start? One of these particular day, I think my ending of my marriage built a level of spiritual and emotional tenacity and resilience that I never knew I had. And this particular day in the midnight, I woke up, carried my blood of sprinkler and my anointing oil. I went to the roof of the top of the house. I looked at it, and I declared to the snake, I said, let me tell you, when God created Adam and Eve, he knew they were with animals, but they didn't live in the same apartments. So you stay up there. I won't disturb you. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to, you two don't disturb me. Do you know that till we left the house, we never encountered snake? They were there. So of course, that's one instance. Number 2 instance that I never knew I had, there was a particular day. Remember, it's a bushy place, and it was like they were robbing and all, because this compound I saw I was the only one in the compound. It was such a big compound. I think the people that had it had built the house to stay there, but they couldn't leave because of whatever reason, so they decided to put it out for renting. So I was the only one. It was just a big compound with gates, and it was like whether robbers and all that. Oh my God, I stayed in my house, and I was like, 2 things: if they come in, they're going to hurt you and your children. Why don't you go and meet them? Look at me. Oh my God, the things I've done. Like, I had to go out, and of course there was no robbers. I was like, Lord, I didn't ask my marriage to scatter. You're with me. And the level of spiritual boldness, and I know, please just put in the comment if you've ever had to have a level of boldness you never normally would have had, because you didn't have a man covering you per se. So of course it comes with a level of boldness and tenacity. Like, you are you know, that sense of, I don't know if you have it, that sense, and which most single mothers have, that sense of, I am responsible for my life, my well-being, and the well-being of my children. It brings one level of lioness in you that you never knew you have. When jungle mature, you will have it, you know. Then finally, learning to ask for help. This is one thing single mothers don't realize, that they need to learn how to ask for help. You need to learn that it's okay to reach out, to talk to somebody, and to understand that it's okay for you to get a support system. It's okay for you to say, I don't know how to do this, my emotions are crashing, or your finances may be in check, but your relationship with your children is not working, or your healing is not working, or one other way or the other. So those are the things that they did not tell you when you embark on this single motherhood journey that I have come to see. So I hope this helped you. Comment. I'd like your comments to share any of the points that really resonated with you. And of course, we are calling in for the next cohort of people that want to work with me, whether as a group coaching or as personal coaching. We are taking in the new set, which will start on 1st April, especially for the 3 months section where I would work with you. And I've told somebody one of the things that is unique about working with me is that I don't deal in most of the things I've seen is divorce coaches just say go and have how to find love again. The problem is not how to find love again. Your relationship with God, your emotions, your finances, legal advice, accountability, someone you're always talking to help you reproduce your mind, because then you can now go to find love. So it's a 360 coaching program where we're helping you with your business ideas, with your finances, with your career accountability, the person that will ginger you to dream more, to go more, to shoot higher while you're processing your healing. Your relationship with God is intact, and of course a new pathway to define what is real love, of course helping you open to love if you're ready for it, right? And of course, most importantly, helping you being that amazing mother that will have children that you will be proud of, God will be proud of, and they themselves will be proud of. Thank you. Bye.